Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm your professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. And there on that website, if you were to go to the homepage and go ahead and sign up to be on my newsletter email list, each month I draw 3 people to get a free 20-minute astrology session with me. Now, I also have online classes and a mentorship program for one-on-one studying, so we do that over the internet as well. And I have 4 spaces left. So if you're interested in a private mentorship program for 6 months, let me know. All right, today I want to talk about February. So now that the advertising is over, okay? So with February, we have a few things going on. Of course, we know it as the month of love just because Valentine's is in here. Some of the things that are going on this month that are just general for everybody is the thing I want to focus on first off is on February 13th, between the 13th and the 15th. This is when Mercury is finally back to the position that it was in the zodiac belt on the day that it went retrograde back in January, on January 5th. So think back to January 5th, what was going on for you. That's when Mercury had moved into Aquarius. It stayed in that zodiac sign for just a few days and then retrograded back. Now on February 13th to the 15th, this is when Mercury's finally past that hump, finally over that area where he was retrograde for a long time. So we're going to have some movement. That Mercury in Aquarius is definitely high thinking, it can be high energy, but it can also be somebody where we get something into our head, we're going to really chew on it for a long time. Fixed air is what Aquarius is. Mercury is that thinking mind, so it is a air planet naturally. So when it is connected, when it is in that sign of Aquarius, we're going to be having some interest in any of the things that Aquarius rules. So, of course, astrology is one of them. That'll be on the top of my list, of course. Anything that's technologically, anything in that category, right? So, February 13th to the 15th, Mercury finally gets over that hump of where it was January 5th when it went retrograde. So that means we get to move through some stuff, okay? We get to start really moving into the Aquarian energy and that unique piece of communicating. And February 14th, of course, it's right in the middle of this. So what goes on February 14th? And this is energy that we're all going to play into. On February 14th, the moon's in the sign of Taurus. That's a great place for the moon to be on the 14th of February, because the moon in Taurus is all about, sensual tastes and sensual smells and anything that is just lovely and luscious and beautiful. Now it makes a sextile to, let me look at my notes, to Neptune, right, in the evening of February 13th. So Saturday night, February 13th, most people would probably be going out to dinner and doing their romantic-y things on Saturday night, the day before Valentine's. And this is true. And this is what we get when we have on Saturday night. If you want to go out and have this romantic, date and just have a nice time, it's going to be that. We have all of the things, all of the cards are in place for just a romantic evening, just in and of itself. Kind of put parentheses around it. And that's it. After that, though, we have no other aspects that are cooperating with this romantic piece. So if you're going out on a first date on this night, there's going to be way too much pressure. All right. If you feel like just having a one-time date with somebody, then this is what the energy of the night's about. That's perfect, especially for those of us out there who are single. Go out, have a date, that's cool. But just know there's no Saturn. The Saturn aspects of the day just do not support a long-term relationship. Now, if you're in a stable relationship and you're just going out for fun because that's what you do on Valentine's Day, then this won't affect you quite as much. But it will be a nice date night, especially for married people who have not had an opportunity to get out and play in a long time because of children. All right? So go out, have fun. Just know that Saturday night, if you're going out for Valentine's, even if you're not going out for Valentine's, if you're going out Saturday night, it's just a night to have fun, enjoy good food, good drink, good company, and just know it's a great memory that you're making. And that's what it will be. That will be it. Doesn't have to go any further than that. So it sounds like a great night to have fun and have a party. So I'm going to leave, that's the general piece. So now I'm going to get on to a little more specific things for each of the zodiac signs. So that's next. Okay, hi Taurus. All right, let's get started. On February 5th, what is going on here is that we have Venus and Pluto making a conjunction. Now this goes on in your solar ninth house. And what all of that means is, first off, Venus in Capricorn represents, what we love. But when it's in Capricorn, we feel like there's more responsibility. We're not frivolous. Things need to be a little more grounded. But when it makes a conjunction to Pluto, Pluto really will intensify things very much. And so what can happen here is there's this level of intense personal drama that happens when Venus and Pluto are conjunct. They're conjunct often, the exactness of it is on February 5th, but we'll feel it for a few days before, and we'll feel the after effects for a few days after that. So love and passion and a lot of emotional drama, passionate emotion. We're really feeling the need for this. And if there's an issue in a relationship, then this can create somebody who is bringing up old issues and old problems. Or if we're just beginning a new relationship and those things don't exist yet in our awareness, then this can be very, very fun and very passionate energy. And so the only thing is going on in that solar ninth house, what does that mean? That means we can actually help ourselves to understand on another level who we are and what's going on in our lives. Pluto's already transiting through your solar ninth house anyways, and so if it's doing that, then it's changing your perception of the world to begin with. Now with Venus moving in there and connecting, it's helping you to possibly, and most likely actually, to gather new values through the experiences of what Pluto's has been doing for you over the last few years. All right. And since we're so close, February is always considered that month of love because of Valentine's Day, but Venus is that planet of love and values. So we have a fair amount of intense energy going on here for you. Now, we also have on this day another rather frustrating aspect, and we'll feel this as well for at least a week before, but it peaks, it's exact on February 5th, and that is Mars in a quincunx aspect to Uranus. Now, this goes from your 7th house to the 12th house, and the energies of that is this. Mars in Scorpio is very deep internal investigation or external investigation, but we're investigating something. Mars rules Scorpio. It also rules Aries, which Uranus is in. And so Mars is kind of in charge of this transit, even though it's the faster moving planet. And it is creating the need for us to really investigate what's going on with the partner in our lives. This can be a love relationship, but it doesn't always have to be, because that's just the focus I'm giving this reading. So if it is that you have something going on in a love relationship, then it is important that you find out what's going on. But with it making the hard aspect, that quincunx to Uranus that it is, we're feeling need for freedom and for exploration and to be out on our own. So this is very frustrating energy, to say the least. And I do believe that some secrets can come out for some people during an aspect like this. And that's what we got going on in the first week of February. Now also in that first week of February, Venus makes an aspect to Mars, which is just, engages that masculine feminine energy. It's an easy aspect. But we also have the new moon in Aquarius. It's at 19 degrees of Aquarius. There is a separate video out for that, so come and click on the eye icon that's in the corner of this video, and one of the links in there will be to the lunar videos, and they'll be up. This one should be up by the time I post most of these monthly videos, and come look for it there. But that is going on in your solar 10th house. So when there's a new moon in the 10th house, and this is for you Taurus, this means that there's a shift going on in your career and how the people see you out in the world. I'm going to move on now to February 10th. And on February 10th, oh, I sound so serious, Venus and Jupiter are in a trine aspect. Now, this is the nice, comfortable energy. It really, as far as hot spots in the year, this is one of them. So Venus, Jupiter trine right before Valentine's Day is nice. It's very earthy, it's very grounded because they're both in earth signs. If you feel like, taking a relationship to another level, then you're going to do that, right? We are in a waxing moon at this point, so it's okay if you feel like doing that. It's just there's a lot of frustration around it in other areas. So if you feel like a relationship needs to go to the next step, then you might just do that. If you're a Taurus, though, you guys are going to be slow to move, so you might have been thinking about it for a very, very long time. And then what we have going on here too, because there's so many shifts and so many different things going on in here, we also have, I already talked about February 14th, so if you want to go and listen to that again, that's in the beginning. All right. I want to move on to February 22nd, which is the full moon in Virgo, solar 5th house. So where we're creative, where we're expressive, that full moon is going to be there in Virgo, so you're able to actually hone in on some of the creativity and the things that you're passionate about and that you love to do. On February 28th, we have the Sun conjunct Neptune, and so that's in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house. And so the Sun in conjunct Pisces, conjunct Neptune in Pisces, they're both in Pisces, which is what a conjunction means. That will just create, it's a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, so that will create a fair amount of relaxation. We want to escape whatever's going on around us. We want to detach and not feel very responsible. Just have a relaxing, comfortable Sunday afternoon. And that's what we get to do with the energy of the Sun conjunct Neptune. There are 29 days in February this year, and so that can bleed over into Monday the 29th, which wouldn't be surprising. So it might be a little bit of a difficult Monday to get our gears going. We're all going to need an extra cup of coffee or whatever we use to get going in the morning. All right, so that's what we got for February. So while it's the month of love, and it's an interesting month, we have a lot of different energies. And let me see what the cards are saying here for us. Wow, okay. This definitely describes February because I picked 3 cards for everybody. The first card is conflict and defeat. It's crazy. So if you're feeling a little defeated right now, especially the beginning of February, we could feel very defeated. Just allow that, you can honor those feelings and just move through them and just know. Because the next card we have are obstacles and challenges. These are both 5s, by the way. And so 5s are about those shifts and changes. So obstacles and challenges, and really here the obstacles are only illusionary. When we look at this card and that this space between the two, there's a little gap here. Reminds me of Indiana Jones when he had to go get the goblet, the Holy Grail. And he just threw the sand out and the bridge was actually there and it didn't look like it was. That's a challenge. That's an obstacle. It's in the mind. The final card for you guys, Taurus, I forgot to do this for Aries, I'm sorry Aries, is the heart chakra. That's the card that came up next. And so that's all about, staying heart-centered, trusting our intuition, trusting what's going on in the heart, not what's going on in the head. The head will analyze it to death. The heart knows immediately how we feel and what's the right action to take. So I'm going to leave you with that. Put my cards down. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done that already to this YouTube channel. I appreciate it. And my website, again, all those links and stuff will be, hopefully I'm pointing to the right direction. All those links and things will be in that little eye icon right at the corner. So put your mouse over that, and in the drop-down menu you'll see all kinds of connections to the website, to my classes, memberships, and all of that stuff. So thank you. Lots of love. Namaste.